Hawaii is known as having the lowest voter turnout in the nation, but after this year's election, we no longer have that dubious distinction.
That's one of the stories that our media partners at Civil Beat are following. And joining us over Skype is reporter Chad Blair. Good morning, Chad.
Good morning, KITV News Team.
Okay, so who is it then?
Drum roll, please. Thank you very much. It is, in fact, Alaska. The Associated Press is reporting, Alaska, that just 59.5% registered voters actually turned out at the polls on November 6th. Here in Hawaii, it was 62%. So in this case, you can say that the 49th state is now 50th.
Wow.
So
what about the Sarah Palin factor? She's not there anymore, at least not running for politics. Chad, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you.
You mentioned Sarah Palin 4 years ago. The Alaska governor was on the ballot. She was running for vice president along with Republican John McCain, and certainly there was a good turnout 4 years ago. But she was not on the ballot this time around, and that may have affected turnout.
Well, some other stories now. The state budget could be millions of dollars short if the federal budget cuts kick in.
That's correct. Ryan mentioned earlier that President Obama, his vacation may be delayed to Hawaii, and that's because of sequestration. On January 1st, unless Congress can get its act together, huge tax increases and huge spending cuts are going to go into effect. That includes $40 million for federal programs here in Hawaii, about 100 programs, ones that include public housing and education and nonprofits. The Abercrombie administration is preparing for the worst but hoping for the best. They actually have to submit a budget by next month, probably before we know what happens with sequestration.
And finally, Chad, the DLNR is proposing the aquarium fish trade on Oahu, new rules to the trade. What's the latest on that, and what's the controversy?
Well, reef fish are very popular for aquariums, and the problem is people are taking too many of them. Only Maui has a limit on how many reef fish you can take, so the DLNR is proposing limits on size and species. There's actually going to be a public hearing next week here on Oahu about that. And
there's more to it than just the fish, too, right? The coral is also in danger.
Absolutely, and of course, compounded with the effects of ocean warming and global warming. It's a very serious concern, and so the DLNR really wants to do something about this. Really, it's a precious resource.
You're right. All right, Chad. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, KITV.
And you can find the complete stories that we've just discussed on civilbeat.com. It's now 6:40. We'll be right back.